What's up, guys? Welcome to Voodoo Monkey Garage, the best channel on the planet. No, just kidding. Actually, I'm not kidding. That's serious. We are the best because I said so. Anywho, enough of that. 2019 Kia Sorento LXEX PX. It doesn't freaking matter. It's a 2019 Kia Sorento. Customer came in, wanted us to check brakes, said that at the higher stop it gets a little bit of wobblies, but brakes are down to about 30% remaining, so we're gonna go ahead and put brakes on this car. Funny thing, when I'm ordering the brakes for the car, customer is with me and he says, do I need rotors too? Yes. Yes, you do. Okay? Let me tell you why. These newer cars, the rotors are made fairly thin on most of them. Most of these cars are a one-time use rotor. By the time you cut the rotor in, if you have any kind of a warp in them, which almost always do, and you cut the warp out, and then you go burn in the rotor after you've cut them, most of the time you're below spec at that point from where you should be. Just replace the rotors. They're not terribly expensive. Yes, they're getting more expensive, but so is everything. It's part of the maintenance on your vehicle. Get new pads, get new rotors. O'Reilly sells kits that you can get too, that actually give you a little bit of a discount when you order the whole kit. So we're doing the whole kit on here. We're going to show you guys how to do brake pads, how to do rotors. I'll show you a couple of the little tricks we've shown you before, but we've got some new people here that may not have seen this before, and so I want to show you some of the tricks on what I do to get brakes apart. Let me get the wheels off, the tires off, all that stuff. Well, obviously tires are staying on the wheels. Let me get the wheels off and start getting this apart, and we'll show you guys some of the stuff on how to do front brakes on a 2019 Kia Sorento blue color. Might be different on the white. I don't know. This is the blue one. Let me get that off too. Fun. Cool. All right. That's another thing that people get to learn about if you don't know. All right, collapsing a caliper. So obviously step one on doing your brakes is remove the wheel. If you don't know how to do that, stop now and take it to an expert. I'm just going to tell you, not trying to be a jerk, try and be realistic, because if that's complicated for you, get help. Okay. Not that that's bad. Go learn. It's okay. All right, step two. We're going to collapse the caliper, the brake caliper. So yes, there's still meat in there, but just comfortability that we want to get them replaced. Okay. So we're going to collapse the caliper. I'm just going to take a screwdriver, flathead. I'm going to put it in there against that edge. We're going to give a little bit of weight and pull towards the outside. And that's going to slowly start to collapse the caliper, where we can reposition back in there, get a little bit better grip. Be careful now, don't break your screwdriver. A lot of times I use a screwdriver that's already broken or that's got issues, you know, whatever, to do this, because it can break a screwdriver. It might break this one, I don't know. But just want to get in here. There we go. And create that little gap between the rotor and the pad, and now we can get into that spot right there, and we can just pull back on it, and you'll see the piston over here collapsing. And I'm just putting some weight on it. I'm not prying on it. I'm just putting some weight, almost just kind of leaning against my screwdriver, and that's bringing that all the way collapsed. Okay, and then I'll bounce it a couple times, and that should collapse that piston all the way. Now you don't have to deal with the C-clamp or something funky and try to figure that out. It's out of your way. It's collapsed. It's nice. It's ready to go. All right, then you're gonna grab a 14mm ratchet, open end ratchet, box end ratchet, whatever you want, whatever you have. Now remember, righty loosey, lefty tighty, and pop these off. Actually, it's righty tighty, lefty loosey, just in case somebody wants to take that serious, what I just said. And we'll just remove the 2 bolts that hold the caliper on. As the heat decides to expand the steel on the gate and make it sound like somebody's knocking. That's kind of fun. So remove the 2 caliper bolts. There's just one on top and one on the bottom. We'll set those aside on the lift here. Swing our caliper up and out of the way. If you want, you can get something to, like, you can hang it up here on the shock or strut, or you can grab a bungee cord or whatever you're comfortable with. I usually have a hanger. I just don't have it out here with me. The one thing you don't want to do is have it dangling from the hose. If you can avoid that, avoid it. So there's a lot of different places you can hang this where it's going to just kind of stay out of the way, but not be hanging on the hose. So just be mindful of that. That's the most important thing. Grab these little doodabbers out of here. Little springy guys. We're going to grab those out, set them aside. Those will go in the garbage. Because they're garbage and trash. Pull the old brake pads off. They should just slide out. There you go. And they'll grab a 17mm wrench. What's all that noise? All of a sudden the compressor starts hissing, and same thing. Let's break these two. The caliper mounting bracket bolts will come loose. May have to use the bone hammer or a little bit longer wrench. That's okay. Make sure you're going the right way. It gets confusing sometimes when you're don't have it in front of you. From the back, it's the opposite of what your brain thinks sometimes. So we'll just take this caliper mounting bracket off. That gets this out of the way. And that'll give us access to the rotor. Yes, this rotor is thicker. Yes, we can possibly turn these. But guys, I'm telling you, just replace them. By the time you turn them, spend the money to return them, or to turn them and all that stuff, it's just not worth it. You can just replace them. Unless you have a lathe at home for some reason. I used to have one, I got rid of it. Just, you know, it's gotten to the point you're replacing rotors much more than you're turning them. So I just went ahead and got rid of the lathe for turning those. All right, we're gonna get these two screws out. We'll try with a screwdriver real quick and see if that'll work. I doubt it. Oh. Yeah, oh, that one actually came free. We got lucky on that one. So sometimes you can actually get them with just a regular old screwdriver and a little bit of oomph. Other times you'll need an impact driver. Not an impact gun, an impact driver. The screwdriver you hit with a hammer. That gets those off. And we'll see if we can get that rotor off of there. There you have it. Rotor removal 101. Let me grab the new parts. We'll get them stabbed on, show you guys how it goes back together, and then we'll bang out the other side real quick. Talk about it. All right, new rotors. Show you guys this real quick. See all that schmutz? I don't know if you can see that on there. The right angle or no? But there's oil and stuff and packing materials and crap all over this stuff when they make them. And you can really see it on this side. So you really want to spend a couple quick minutes just cleaning this really good. And the best way that I know how to do that is just with some brake cleaner. Make sure you get it all in your eyes. But I just get a can of brake cleaner. You want to clean off the rotor surface. And I'm purposely doing it over here because it'll help clean the concrete too. Oh, she's empty. Just let it chew through it. Oh yeah, that'll be good. Okay, rotor goes back on. You've got two spots where there's those screw holes. Remember those screws you took out? There's one there, there's one there. Line them up. Now, you also notice, there's your hole for your lug. There's your screw. Make sure you got them lined up. Otherwise, you're not gonna get those screws back in. You'll be screwed. Simple as that. Screws, go right back in there. These need to be torqued down to a very specific setting, or everything will fall apart and you'll die. It's absolutely not true. It's Absolutely not true. I'm sure there's a torque setting for these. And we're going to make sure we get it right spot onto that torque setting. All right, ready? Click. Perfect. The second one, make sure you torque it right. Click. Perfect. And then go back to this one in case it loosened up when you torque the other one. Click. Perfect. See? Exactly what you torque them to. All right. Caliper mounting bracket. We can load these before or after we put it on. I'm gonna go ahead and take these guys off because we got new ones with our brake set. So those can go bye-bye. 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 And stab these bolts off. Pretty easy. Pretty simple stuff. Same way you took it apart. The way it's gonna go together. Just in reversolators. You know? Which means the opposites. The backwards of. So now you're going to go righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, just like before. Lefty-tighty, righty-loosey. And people in glass houses sink ships and stuff. You know? All that fun stuff. All right, make sure you torque these guys down proper. Click. Just like that. Ready? This one's click right there. I think that was a click. Let's adjust that torque setting real quick. Click. There it is. Okay, we got it. No problem. I need to go get my brackets that we're gonna put back in here, and then get everything else mounted. I just left them in there for some dumb reason. All right, we got our new little mounting doodabber bracket thingies. So they just fit right into their spots. Pretty easy, kind of self-explanatory. Should be pretty easy at least. I mean, maybe it's gonna be a pain. I don't know. Sometimes they don't go in quite right. So, oh, sorry, bumping into you guys over here. Told you, stand back, okay? Out of my way. There we go. Slide those guys right in. One up on the top here. Haha, it's gotta go the right way. They just kind of fit in there and they'll squeeze on. Squeeze on! Squeeze on! Stick all that guy together. We're gonna put our pads back on. Forward rotationals. Oh, that might not work, will it? Okay, cool. This one's gonna go up on the back. Got your little squeaker tab here that lets you know when it gets low. So that'll go on the back side. Fits inside of that those little brackets we just put on. Front side, no, you want the pad towards the rotor. I know that sounds really dumb, but I've actually had a friend that put them in like this and then was asking me why his brakes were making a grinding noise. And we brought it back and found out that the pads have been put in reverse. When you don't know, you don't know. That's okay. This is the pad side. It's got your slots. It's got the meat. That's your metal. It's got a backing plate. Okay, the pad goes towards the rotor. Make sense? Got it? Got it? Okay, perfect. Then I got it too. All right, this is why we collapsed our caliper. Because now this should, in theory, fit right over comfortably. So rehang your caliper. Put your caliper mounting bolts back in. 1, 2. And I'll tell you guys this too, like I know you see me just like tightening these things by hand and like making fun of the torque settings. If you really don't know and you haven't done a ton of this, I recommend get on the Google machines. Grab the actual torque settings and look them up and grab a torque wrench and torque them. This is your braking system. This is important. Again, 14 millimeter right here, but this is important. You don't want this coming apart. These bolts come out because you didn't tighten them enough or you were scared, or if you over tighten them and they break, then you got into a whole nother problem. I've been doing this for a long time, like some of us. And so you see that we're putting stuff together and it just kind of like, you know, I make fun of it with the click, click, right? I know elbow torque because we've been doing it for a long time, and when you've been doing it long enough, you can feel that. If you haven't been doing this long enough, it's your first time doing brakes, please get a torque wrench. Make sure you're doing it right. The one thing that we didn't do was put my spacers back in there. Dang it, see, I'm too busy talking to you guys. I forgot to put the little spreader springs back in. Why didn't you tell me? I'm over here telling you guys about torque settings and making sure that you're being safe. Forgetting. It's all Joey's fault.
Told me to do it.
Told me to do it. All right. So pull these bolts back out. Forgot to put the little spreader springs back in. That just helps keep the pads off of the rotor. Some cars have them, some cars don't. This car has them. So we want to put them on. Perfect. And they have to go on before you do anything else. Which makes it kind of fun sometimes to put the caliper on. Sometimes it starts pulling those brake pads apart while you're trying to put stuff together. Explain that one, huh? All right. Well, I mean, come on. Pretty self-explanatory. These guys go into the hole right there on the back of the backing plate. The hole in the backing plate right there. Fat fingers don't always work well with this, and they're just going to sit right in there. All right, that's going to help keep things a little bit separated. Got to keep them separated. And then this will help keep all that down. All right, now we put the bolts back in and set them to the proper torque setting. But all of this stuff is important. We've seen a lot of guys come in and they don't understand what's going on with their brakes, and it's because people didn't tighten things up. And good on you for trying them on your own, by the way. Proud of you. But do it right. Get the torque settings. I don't know what it is. Joey, what's the torque setting on a brake caliper bolt?
20,000 pounds.
Click. That's it. We don't know. I just know based on the feel. The size of the bolt, the length of the wrench, like all those things kind of calculate in the brain, and then it's like, and that's, I just know that that's, I guarantee you could put a torque wrench on here and test it, which maybe we'll do one day. I'm pretty forking close, I'll tell you that. It's just a, right? And that one will keep a little bit high, so maybe another little ta. And this one we'll just double check, click, right? And I know that's good. All the years I've been doing this, I've never had one fall apart. But have you been doing this for years? No? Then torquelize them. Throw some torque settings on that thing, all right? All right, that's how you do your brakes. I'm gonna come in here and I am actually gonna try and tighten those up just a little bit more. I do worry about those screws falling out. They don't do anything, right? I mean, you literally don't have to put those back in if you don't want to. I recommend putting them in. If you don't have them on your car, don't worry about it. All that does is it holds the rotor in. The caliper and all that will do it just fine. Trust me, most cars don't even have that. It's okay, but put them in. We also don't want them falling out. So I am gonna go get a little impact real quick, and we're just gonna give it a little whack whack just to make sure. And I'll show you guys that in case you need that tool to get them off. So let me go get that tool. We'll show you guys that, and that'll be how you do your brakes. Oh, dang it. Impact driver, see? I know it's an impact driver because it says so on the box in my writing. How weird. Just one of these little chingaderas, right? With one of these little chingaderas, the nice thing is you could put a socket on there if you want to. With that little chingaderas. And then we're gonna grab this little chingus. We're gonna make sure that that little guy fits in there. I think it should. Oh yeah, that's perfect. So we'll put that guy down in here. Grab our hammer. And then really you're just gonna take this guy, you can put it in there, turn it, you'll feel that it actually like, so if I'm going loose, it'll go that way. You'll feel it spring and turn. And then you're literally just gonna push in and twist the way you want it to turn and whack it. Same here, push in so it doesn't pop out, twist the way like you're trying to tighten it, and that'll help you tighten it. Got it? On the other side, it'll be just the opposite. Pull away from it, turn left, whack, whack, it'll pop it out. I'll show you guys on the other side. Here, let's go over there right now. Okay, so we're gonna pull it towards me. It's like a motorcycle throttle. And it might loosen up by its own, but I'm gonna show you guys what it is. So I'm pushing in a little bit, not a ton of weight, just holding it in, turning this towards me. Got all the weight going, you know, lefty-loosey. And just gonna whack it. Same thing here, whack it, and it loosens them. It's an impact driver. If you don't have one, go get 4 of them, because these are awesome when you need them. And when you don't have them, you end up breaking screwdrivers and stuff. You can see we've whacked it a few times. And I've got like 3 of these things, and they've all been whacked a few times. I just use the one I can find when I find it. All right, perfect. All right, then the last thing obviously you need to do is put the wheels back on the car. This would, there's no point in doing brakes if you ain't got wheels on it there, bud. Anywho, one of the things that I would tell you guys also, if you're doing this for a friend or even for yourself, now is the time to go ahead and rotate your tires if they haven't been done so. Just feel the tire. Does it feel feathered? Does it feel gross? Does it feel off balance? When's the last time you rotated your tires? I don't know for this guy, for this customer, and the last time he rotated his tires, but I know that they do take care of their vehicles. So we're gonna put this one back up there, and it doesn't feel like it's completely worn or feathered, but this would be a good time to rotate your tires. If you're getting a cupping or feathering by rotating your tires, you keep that flat. When it's on the back of your car, it'll straighten that out. It'll get rid of that wear pattern. And now it's a good time to do it. Yeah, put your wheel back on, hammer down your lug nuts, and then when you get back in this car and you fire it up, hit the brake pedal a couple times before you put the thing into gear, would you? Because you just stretched out the calipers and you've got to re-collapse that piston into the place of all the new equipment. If you just go slamming this thing into reverse and you haven't pumped the brakes first, you might wake up with a surprise because it's not going to stop sometimes. Sometimes it will, but the pedal's going to feel a little squishy in the beginning. So get in, fire it up, pump your pedal, and you're going to be good there. I think that's it. We should have you pretty well dialed in. Drew, am I missing anything on this one? I don't think so. With that, we appreciate you guys. We love you guys. Hopefully you learned something here. Maybe a couple new little tricks or some doodabbers and things to put in the old noggin there that help along. But if you enjoyed this video, do me a favor. Subscribe down below. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a comment. Maybe tell me how stupid I am. I don't really care. I just would love to hear from you. That's what I care about. We appreciate you guys. We love you. Have an amazing day. And God loves you too. Peace out! What are you looking for, Joe? Huh? Ladder. You mean that one that's hanging against the back wall right in front of the 62? Right here? In the garage? In front of the 62? You know, the one that I put away the last time you took it out and left it over here? Actually, I don't care.